Uganda hosts the largest refugee population in Africa. The available data from the Office of the Prime Minister, last updated on 28 February 2025, indicate that there were 1,791,339 refugees in the country. Most of them are from South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. But the number could have increased because of the new tensions in South Sudan and the continued fighting in eastern DRC between armed groups and government forces. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the UN Refugee Agency, in collaboration with the Ugandan government, are responsible for receiving, protecting and settling the refugees and asylum seekers. The refugees are supported through a multifaceted approach and are provided with shelter, healthcare, food, education and essential items. However, the continuous reduction in donor funding has posed significant challenges to humanitarian response in Uganda. Uganda Country Refugee Response Plan had a funding gap of 54% as of December 2024. This has greatly affected the support given to refugees, especially in terms of feeding.
When humanitarian funding was bigger, people could depend on WFP rations. Now, in many places, WFP, because not enough money, has cut the rations. This has caused a lot of problem. Why? Because we don't have enough money coming in to ensure long-term food security.
We have had to, this month, reduce rations for refugees to the lowest levels that we've had here in Uganda, and they're the lowest levels in the region as well.
The situation could turn from bad to worse because the government has warned that more refugee funding partners have expressed plans to hold their support.
Already the donors have written to us that they are only able to provide food for the refugees for the next 3 months. After that, then we must find a solution to that. And you know, when we talk of 1.7 million people, when it comes to feeding, you can't postpone. So we must also have a discussion through cabinet, then come to Parliament to discuss this matter.
The World Food Programme has reduced the rations for cash and in-kind modalities for new arrivals from 100% to 60% for April and May. The highly vulnerable households will receive 40% rations, down from 60% last month, while vulnerable households will receive 22% rations.
75% of our operation is actually cash. So where markets are functioning, where refugees can spend their money making their own choices about what they want to eat, we provide cash. It's only in the relatively small number of locations where the food markets are not really up and running, that we provide food in kind. We believe that gives refugees dignity, and like I said, it gives them choice over how they use the small amount of resources that they have.
For the months of April and May, the new refugees arriving in West Nile and northern regions will receive 28,000 shillings per person per month, while those in southwest Uganda will receive 24,000 shillings. The highly vulnerable refugee households in West Nile and northern regions will receive 18,000 shillings, while those in southwest Uganda will receive 16,000 shillings per person per month. Vulnerable refugee households in West Nile, northern and southwest regions are set to receive 10,000 shillings per person per month.
The World Food Programme is working at the other end, if you like, of the spectrum to help refugees become self-reliant, because it's not sustainable for the international community, for the government of Uganda, for all the different partners involved in the refugee response to keep providing assistance month after month, year after year.
While Uganda's open door policy that allows refugees to easily enter and settle in the country has been praised globally, the country is now overwhelmed, and the government has openly stated that it is struggling to sustain the huge refugee population. The government is now considering to look back at some of the policies previously made, and this could impact future admissions of refugees into Uganda.
The decision taken, whether by cabinet or parliament, may require reviewing some of the policies, especially around the issues of refugees.
Daniel, Kibet, NTV.